night and day in the Tenderloin. People say the difference is as clear as, well, night and day. And that's what's now being targeted. Good evening, I'm Ahmed Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. Will an overnight curfew cut down on crime and drugs in San Francisco's Tenderloin? That's what Mayor London Breed wants the county supervisors to approve to find out.
Yes, it could help build a better Bay Area, which is part of our mission here at ABC 7. And that's why we have team coverage on the topic tonight.
ABC 7 News insider Phil Mateer is here to give us some big picture perspective on this. But first, we want you to hear from ABC 7 News reporter Suzanne Fawn with details on what the mayor is proposing here. Suzanne?
So, Dan, this proposed curfew would not apply to restaurants, bars, or event halls. Supporters say the proposed curfew could help crack down on people who gather outside retail stores or smoke shops late at night and engage in drug-related crimes. This is what the Tenderloin looks like during the day.
The daytime is relatively safe for people that are working here and living here.
Many people say the Tenderloin looks dramatically different at night. Mayor London Breed wants to impose a curfew on some small businesses selling pre-packaged food or tobacco products between midnight and 5 a.m. That would affect convenience stores and smoke shops in part of the Tenderloin. The curfew would impact this area between O'Farrell and McAllister, from Polk to Jones. Some say when people gather outside certain Tenderloin businesses that stay open late, there's trouble. Isan Looper is with the Tenderloin Community Benefit District.
Open air drug markets. They will see open air resale markets, and they're often coalescing around places that are open. And so that's not always the merchant's fault.
As part of the proposed curfew, a $1,000 fine would be imposed for every hour the business stays open past midnight. We talked to Edna Ramani, the owner of Underground Gift and Smoke Shop. On weekdays, he closes at 10 p.m.
So it's not worth the headache for me to open late.
Ramani agrees with the mayor's proposed curfew.
Our business, they open late, like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't think that's a good idea, because the only people going at this time at the street, people looking for trouble.
One corner store employee tells me restaurant workers and kitchen staff often stop by late at night, and a curfew would impact customers. David Blood of the Tenderloin can relate.
I was a cab driver. I used to come home, and I was so grateful for them to be open.
Blood doesn't think a curfew is the answer to curbing drug-related crimes.
To me, that it seems like a cruel sort of crackdown on somebody that's not responsible for that.
The mayor released this statement today about the proposed curfew. This is an idea for the community from the community. The drug markets happening at night in this neighborhood are unacceptable and must be met with increased law enforcement and new strategies. And the proposed curfew still needs to be voted on by the SF Board of Supervisors in mid-May or mid-June. Supervisor Dean Preston, who represents the Tenderloin, is requesting a list of impacted stores. He says the legislation, quote, must be highly targeted to be effective, and it's important to make sure small business owners are not punished unnecessarily. Live in the newsroom, Suzanne Fawn, ABC 7 News.
It's an adjustment for them. All right, Suzanne, thanks very much.
All right, so ABC 7 News insider Phil Mateer joins us now. Phil, is this just going to chase the bad actors into other neighborhoods, though?
It might.
Okay.
It might. But the point is, in this area, this is highly visible, not only to local residents, who, by the way, were the ones that asked for this. This didn't come out of the mayor's shop. This is a result of community meetings. So, one, it's for them. Two, it's to make the place look better. And three, let's be honest about it. Where is the most photographed place in San Francisco right now when it comes to bad images? Sure. The Tenderloin. Sure. So they say if the moths are going to gather around a light, at the middle of the night, turn off the light, and maybe they'll go someplace else, but it won't be what it is right now.
Great way to express that. Well, Suzanne touched on it in her piece. What about people who work odd hours, who get home, work swing shift, and they depend on the convenience store to go?
You're absolutely right.
So fair to them.
But in policing, politics, and policy, you never have a perfect solution. You have trade-offs. And the question is, what value are you going to assign to something and not? In this case, they say the community concern outweighs that of people who may be inconvenienced or the store's loss of revenue. And just remember, it was just a couple of months ago, and we're still seeing it, the ban on sales on street vendors in the Mission District, in which the city said, okay, even those with permits have to go because we have to clean up the streets. And now we're hearing people say the streets are cleaner. So that's the trade-off. Politically, it's an election year as well. So let's not forget that.
The timing of it all, Phil.
Oh, of course, of course. It all comes together. And so the mayor is under pressure to show some results, and the key word there is show. And if you don't have those people congregating out that store, then you have something to show.
You do. It's true.
All right. Phil, thanks very much.